You ever walk out of a meeting and just feel like you and your client were speaking completely different languages? You're talking solutions, they're talking problems, and it just never connects. It's super frustrating, right? But the secret to getting on the same page is actually pretty simple. You just have to correctly identify the one core problem they're really facing. If you can nail that, the perfect solution just becomes, well, obvious. Okay, let's get into it.
So let's just start with this question right here. Is your main focus to sell a product, or is it to solve a problem? Because that one little shift in how you think about it, it changes everything. It's the difference between being just another vendor and becoming a trusted partner who actually delivers value.
Now, I get it. Every company feels totally unique, right? It's this complex web of goals and people and challenges, and they are. But what's so fascinating is that when you strip it all away, people development challenges almost always boil down to one of just three things. Seriously, three. If you can understand these three problems, you basically have the key to unlock any conversation.
All right, first up, this is the most urgent one. We call it the skills gap. And this is not some future problem we can plan for. No. This is the house is on fire right now problem. It is a firefight. It's all about an immediate, critical need for skills to get the job done today. Because honestly, yesterday was already too late.
Oof, you can just feel the pressure in that statement, can't you? This is what it sounds like when a business is hitting a wall. It's not a nice-to-have discussion, it's a real, tangible problem that's hitting their performance and their bottom line right now. When you hear a leader say this, they are sounding a major alarm. So, what does this firefight actually look like? Well, it looks like new roles popping up that the current team is just not ready for. It's when you see those key performance numbers starting to dip, and nobody's quite sure why. And it's that pressure, that heat you feel coming from other parts of the business asking, hey, why isn't this getting done? All of these are classic signs of a skills gap. And here's the thing. For a specific, urgent problem, you need a surgical tool. Offering up some massive general learning platform, that's like using a shotgun to hang a picture. It's messy, it's way too much, and it totally misses the point. Suggesting a huge transformation is like saying we need to rebuild the entire house just to fix a leaky faucet. The right tool is targeted. We're talking about specific certificate programs or tailored learning journeys that are designed to solve that one precise skill gap and get results fast. Okay, let's switch gears a little bit. We're moving from that immediate firefight to something that's more about the long-term health of the company. This is our second problem, the growth gap. This one isn't a crisis, at least not yet. Think of it more like a slow burn that, if you ignore it, can do just as much damage. And this really captures the quiet danger of a growth gap, doesn't it? The pain here isn't about a missed deadline. It's that nagging fear in the back of your mind that you're about to lose your best people. Because when your star players feel stuck, like they're driving down a dead-end street, you better believe they start looking for an exit ramp. And that is a huge problem for the future of your company. This slow burn, it often starts really quietly. Maybe employee turnover just starts to inch up a little. You start hearing some grumblings around the office about, a lack of career paths. Or maybe you notice that learning is just a total free-for-all. There's no structure, no guidance, and it leaves people feeling kind of adrift, like no one's invested in them. So the solution here is all about one word: empowerment. You fix a growth gap by giving your people the tools to build their own future. And a development platform does exactly that. It literally puts the individual in the driver's seat of their own career. The company provides the car and the map, but the employee, they get the keys. They're in control. And now, for the big one. Our third and final problem is what we call the future gap. This is not about one team's skills or individual career paths. No, this is about reinventing the entire organization so it can survive and thrive in a world that is constantly changing. You have to listen for the language of reinvention here. When you hear executives start throwing around words like transform, or saying a department needs to become a strategic partner, or talking about a new operating model, those are massive signals. That's code for a fundamental shift. It means the very ground beneath the company is moving. And make no mistake, the scale of this problem is huge. We're talking about changing skills, mindsets, and entire organizational structures all at once. Trying to tackle that with some small, piecemeal solution, it's like trying to renovate a skyscraper with nothing but a hammer. It's just, you're not equipped for the job. It's not going to work. So, a challenge this big demands a solution that can match its scale. This usually means a full-on strategy that combines expert advisory to chart the course, along with targeted learning programs to build the new skills needed to get there. It's a deep, systemic change, and it has to be co-owned by the very top levels of the business and HR.
Okay, so there we have it. Our 3 core problems: the skills gap firefight, the growth gap slow burn, and the future gap reinvention. Now for the most important part. How do you figure out which problem you're looking at and choose the right path forward?
It really comes down to one simple, powerful action. Listen. Seriously, just listen. Don't listen for keywords that match your product. Listen to the problem they are actually trying to solve. Are they trying to put out a fire right now, or are they trying to build a talent pipeline for the next 5 years? The answer to that question tells you everything you need to know. And when you use this framework, the path forward becomes incredibly clear. If they're describing an urgent skills gap, the solution is targeted learning. We're talking certificate programs or custom-built learning journeys. If the real problem is a growth gap, all about retention and careers, then the answer is a development platform that puts employees in control. And if they're facing that massive business-wide future gap, the path is strategic advisory combined with targeted learning. See? It's really that simple.
So look, if you take just one thing away today, let it be this. This right here is the golden rule. When you fall in love with your customer's problem, when you can really diagnose whether it's a skills, growth, or future gap, you stop just selling a product. You start building a partnership. You start delivering a real solution. And that, my friends, is the foundation for any kind of lasting success.